Greetings, salutations, and welcome everyone. It is Tech on Tuesday, number 44, with your host, John the Net Guy. Today's a little bit of a different show. Normally, Tech on Tuesday, I bring you really cool tech, which we all like, and I unbox it for you here. We test it out. We do kind of a pseudo review, and often that gets turned into an Amazon shoppable video, which then you can see forever on the Amazon site, hopefully. And if you do purchase, I get a very, very tiny commission for doing this work for you. The show is absolutely free. There's no cost to enter. One thing I do ask, if you could do me a big favor today, especially because it's Black Friday preview, is make sure that you follow me. So if you're on the Amazon app already, you can follow me. There's a follow button down there, over there somewhere. If you're on YouTube, any of the other services, there's an Amazon idea list that's in my shopping at the bottom, and that'll take you to my Amazon page, and then you can follow from there. And the reason I say that is Black Friday is going to be crazy this year. Crazy. I've got an exclusive sponsor. Did you guys see that? Yeah, you're looking for my normal logo. We got a sign from Scepter up there. They've sponsored the show for Black Friday, so it's going to just be crazy. Let me show you a little bit of what's coming up. Oh, I see people already showing up here. This is awesome. I really appreciate it, you guys. Let me show you a little bit of what is on the docket for Black Friday. We have 4 shows between Friday and Monday. Scepter Gaming Creator Showcase. This is going to showcase some really amazing monitors from the Scepter company. And then I talked my wife into a special show. And I tell you what, everybody's got to eat, right? Not everybody's got to play games and create YouTube stuff and, do techie stuff, but everybody's got to eat. That's what this big item here is about, and I'll tell you more about that here in a sec on this show. But I've talked her into doing a cooking show with me. So we're going to be showing you a couple cool recipes. We're going to be showing you a lot of cool kitchen gadgets and tech, because I love kitchen stuff and I love things that are hacks that make things easier. There's even one I'm going to show you today that you might be able to use for Thanksgiving. So I'll tell you about that. I'm going to do another show for Scepter on Monday. We've got all these monitors here. Why not use them, right? That's the whole plan. So Scepter is going to have another show, and I'm going to do some more detailed, in-depth testing. I'm going to take your questions that maybe we couldn't answer on the first show, and I'm going to do them live on the show on Monday. We're going to get into nits of brightness and RGB and all the other DC, P3, whatever color charts. And then we're going to wrap up Cyber Monday with a PC build. I haven't done a PC build for you guys in a long time. I got to show that I still remember how to do it, or nobody's going to believe me. So we're going to do that. Taking a quick look in the chat, I see Andrew beat everybody in. Thank you so much, Andrew. Man, do you notice how fast those are popping up? Yeah, I got a new show laptop, so maybe someday we'll talk about that. But yeah, the Ryzen 6900, totally there. Jonathan Talks Hardware, by the way, is with us. Thank you. He says, yo, welcome, welcome. Timothy Clark is here from sunny Florida. That's awesome to see you. You should do some subs and speakers. I like that. I like speakers. That would be really cool. And Mr. Randy Johnson on the Facebook says, hello there. So awesome. Good to see you, Randy. Great evening. I'm going to go ahead and start this off by starting to talk a little bit about what's coming up here by way of Scepter monitors. So I'm not going to be able to spend too much time in detail for every product tonight. It's going to be more just here's what's coming. It don't know exact pricing. They didn't give me the exact pricing, and so I don't want to give you a price and have you be waiting to spend that much on Black Friday. All I can say is, make sure you bookmark my show. Make sure you're here at noon. I'll show you all of these products, this idea list that I have for the show. And by the way, everybody's like, okay, how do I get to the idea list at least, right? So I'm going to pull that up here. If you visit amazon.com/shop/thenetguy, you're going to get a page that looks eerily similar to this one. It's actually going to look like this one, which is the show page for the show. Let me say welcome to everybody real quick. Welcome everyone on Amazon. Ta-da! Okay, I just did that real fast. Got to keep my Amazon peeps happy here. And I got to make sure I tag the right product to start out with, because we're going to talk about one of these products right away. But if you ever visit my Amazon show page here, go down here and there's always going to be these idea lists pinned. And this idea list for Black Friday and Cyber Monday has a lot of the products that we're going to talk about. It's got the tech products and it's got the other ones kind of mixed in here. So from Scepter, this is our very first product that I want to tell you about. I have one of these. This is the monitor that started my channel. This is a excellent value when it comes to monitors, and I believe for Black Friday it's going to be even a better deal. So this is the Scepter 30-inch 21 by 9 aspect ratio ultra wide. Now you're asking, what is an ultra wide if you've never used one before? I'll tell you all about that. The monitor that's sitting behind me is actually the 34-inch version of an ultra wide. And what that means is it's going to be a lot wider than your normal display. So whereas this is probably your normal display, it's going to have at least another third of screen real estate for you here. So that's what you use. Now I can keep my Discord up here while I'm editing footage for my next video. So this is how I use it. The C30 ultra wide is a great gaming monitor. Now, how do all of these monitors compare? I'm going to bring this graphic up and you guys are going to get annoyed by the time we're done. But this is the first 4 monitors I'm going to show you on the show and what they mean. And when I say an ultra wide, 30 inches is measured diagonally. So it's a diagonal monitor. It's curved and it has a 200 hertz refresh rate. So the refresh rate on a monitor is how fast the picture updates. So if you're a competitive gamer or you're somebody playing first-person shooters, the C30 ultra wide is so awesome because it's a wider field of view, so you get to see further around corners and stuff. It's also a very high refresh rate monitor, so when milliseconds matter, this monitor is where it's at. So that's really cool. So that's the C30. That's going to kick off the show on Black Friday. So we're going to talk about that one first because it's a great budget ultra wide. Lots of really good reviews on this one. If I was to say what's going to be the lowest cost monitor, now I, again, don't have any ideas on this, but I know this one starts very affordably. This 25-inch Scepter gaming monitor, it is awesome. 165 hertz, so it's one of the fastest monitors here that you can get for the price. The price right now is $169. I believe it's going to be much less than that on Black Friday. Very good color accuracy, which is pretty surprising. This is a TN panel, so that's how they were able to get the speed and performance out of it here real quick. Hey, I see another RJ on the Amazon side. Thank you so much. So we're just going to pull, it's a great reminder to pull this monitor up on Amazon. If you're just tuning in, by the way, this is John, the Net Guy. I'm giving you a quick Black Friday preview of what's coming on Black Friday. So I don't have the exact pricing yet. I do have all of these monitors here. So that was a kind of a funny story today. Let me do this real quick. I'll show you a funny story here. This is my front porch the other day. I came home and, well, let's say they should have made me sign for all these. Look at these guys. Oh my gosh. I got a ton of monitors here. There's the 27 in there, the C30 that I'm going to be showing you, the 32-inch one that's coming up here, and the 25 right there. So like I said, all of these monitors are here on hand. I'm going to be able to play with them. We're going to be playing games on Friday. It's going to be awesome. Really excited about it. But this monitor, 25 inches, it's a little bit bigger than the regular 24-inch, but it's not as big as a 27. You're going to sacrifice a little bit of screen real estate and size, but it's going to have that clear 1080p picture, which I love at the 24-inch size. So 25 is a little bit bigger and really good color accuracy. So that's another one that I'm really excited about. I think that's going to be a great deal. So I'm watching out for that one myself. I'm going to pull up another product for you here. We're going to go back and I'm going to pull up the next one from Scepter, which is the 240 Hertz Club. So Hertz, again, is the refresh rate. This is a 27-inch, 240 Hertz flat monitor. Now, a lot of you guys have seen the curved monitor. I showed you its cousin, the C275B. This is the flat version of it. But man, what an amazing combination. The price is already below $200. So the 240 Hertz Club, you can break in there this week and you can do it for less than 200. And on Friday, we'll see what it actually comes out at, because a lot of the Scepter monitors, whether it's Black Friday, Prime Days, all those, they are deeply, deeply discounted. You're getting the same exact monitor, same exact warranty, everything, but you're getting an amazing deal on it. So I honestly am looking at a couple things that I'm going to pick up on Black Friday. Let me know in the chat real quick too, if you're looking for something specific for Black Friday. But cool thing about this monitor, again, it is completely flat, so it's not got any curves. If that throws you off, or sometimes if you're a creator, Sometimes you don't want that curvature because you want to see your video or you want to see your item in a flat display. So I'm just looking here, 240 hertz, 1 millisecond MPRT time. And it does have the full sRGB gamut. I can tell you, having shopped for laptops recently, having 100%, 99% of the sRGB is good. Some of these laptops, man, they don't even get to that. And it's like, if you play it, the colors are all kind of muted and we don't want to go there. So I'm going to take a quick look back at the Restream chat. We're going to see who else has shown up today. Curious about portable mini LED projectors. USB-C support is good. Hey, Jeremy, thank you for checking in, my friend. Good to see you. He hasn't been able to watch for a while, but hopefully everything's working out for you, my friend. And it is going to be awesome. Oh no, this you're gonna have to come back and say this on Friday. Lost my monitor recently. It jumped off my table. I hate to say it. I've had a monitor slip forward and fall, and it's just like it takes a little piece of your soul, Jeremy. So I really do appreciate that. Looking for something like my old monitor, he says 1080p, 1440 in the 27. I got 3 of them for you, my friend. They're all excellent. So we were just talking about the 240 hertz club and this incredible monitor. I'm going to show you more about it, but again, tons of inputs here. So you're going to have 4 inputs. We do have audio output in these. I'll have to check. It does have built-in speakers, it says. What's funny is Scepter is one of the few budget monitor manufacturers that's still putting speakers in the monitor. So you can see the speaker ports there. They actually have speakers that you can use in the monitors. A lot of places are cheaping out and they're cutting that out. And it's surprising how many times you don't have a set of headphones, but you just want to hear something, right? And so that's one of the things I really do appreciate about that. Again, just flowing through the basic Scepter monitors. One of the quick questions I have, and unfortunately I don't have the YouTube interface, so I can't ask the questions here. What kind of games do you want me to show on Friday and Monday? I've got my pick for some games, but I want to show you guys how these monitors do in some of these games. Let me know what your favorite game is, and if we get the right answer or something here, if you get picked, maybe we'll do something special for you. So let me know in the chat. If you're checking in on Amazon, thank you so much. This is John the Net Guy. You're just tuning in right now. I am giving you a Black Friday preview of what's coming up. So Scepter has sponsored a show for Black Friday. We're going to go through all of these cool monitors I'm showing you up here, and there's going to be some crazy deals. So don't screenshot this screen, but I'm going to tell you they're going to be really good deals on these monitors. So let's go in and take a look at the next one. This, Jeremy, is a little bit bigger than I think you were shopping for, but man, do I like this monitor. I've shown this monitor without the Plus variant. I showed the 27-inch version of the QPN 168. These Scepter monitors, I think somebody they do like a letter bingo to figure out the longest letter combination for their SKUs, but don't hold it against them. One of the best monitors I've ever used. And so I just love this IPS display. So as a content creator and a gamer, you kind of have to choose between one or the other a lot. This is where the rubber meets the road. You can get one monitor that does both. Now, what's this funky thing around the side? Everybody's probably going, that's really interesting. Gaming blinders. You ever have that friend that cheats? No. Again, you don't want glare. Maybe you're in a room and there's some light. Now, this one does have RGB along the back, which is pretty sick. But this stand sold me on this monitor. Not only is the picture insanely good, this stand is one of the few stands that you don't need a monitor arm with. So I'm going to pull that up real quick. Actually, I want to show you in a comparison screen. Oh, I see some answers already. Cyberpunk coming in, Halo, Destiny. Ooh, HDR. I've always been using Assassin's Creed Valhalla for the HDR because it's got like a lot of snow and then a lot of dark scenes. But man, great choices here. I love it. You guys are killing it here with some great ideas. So if you're just tuning in, by the way, John the Net Guy, make sure you hit follow because there's going to be a ton of people on Friday. I don't want you to miss out. We're going to do some shows. Oh, and I'm doing giveaways. I love that. I've got so much cool stuff and swag that I can give away. This is going to be a Black Friday like we've never seen before. So I want to pull this up real quick just to compare the monitors we've been looking at so far. So we've gone through the first 3. We're talking about the 4th right now. The stand on this one is fantastic. This is the 32-inch. So I love that stand. Now we're getting into the really high brightness monitors, 400 nits of brightness. And I'll tell you what, When I tested this one, it actually tested over 400. If I remember right, the 27 inch was like 450. So it's doing better than the rated specs that it had on it. A couple other interesting things about this one. It is an IPS display, but it's a fast IPS. So if you're going to be competitively gaming, you can get to that 144 hertz, but you're going to have the deep, rich IPS color. So you're not going to deal with washed out colors that you see with VN and TNNVA panels a lot. So that's a really cool thing. This one comes in, the resolution is 1440p. That's a whole nother thing we can talk about technically on Monday if you guys want to chat about resolutions and what your favorites are. But the one thing that's nice about this, 32 inches, that was the size of most people's family room TVs before, right? Now we have a 32-inch gaming PC monitor here, and it's going to be like a foot and a half away from you. So tons of immersion that you get. When I got my first 32, it was so awesome. I was playing again Assassin's Creed. It was one of the older ones, and it just, man, the whole screen fills up your field of view and just gives you that real immersive feel. So if you are following me on Amazon or not following me on Amazon, let me know. I'll give you a shout out right now, by the way. I really do appreciate you guys that are doing that. Now, we had a late breaking edition. There's one monitor in here that I don't get to show you, unfortunately. And man, I feel sad about that because it was a great monitor. Now, that said, they've actually replaced it with just as good of a monitor here coming up. Let's go in here real quick. Want to pull this one up for you. So the monitor that they were going to show you or going to have had a really, really high brightness. It was a great, just a classic series that they have, one of their highest end models. And unfortunately, just supply chain. We did not have enough stock to be able to ship these monitors. And so that meant it was an audible at the last minute. I said, you know what? I personally just bought this Scepter monitor. So when I say that, again, Scepter sponsoring this show, they don't send me the free monitors. I still have to buy some of these. This is my E34 5W QUT. This is a creator's ultra wide. So if you were looking at that 30-inch ultra wide, the under $200 budget ultra wide with the 200 hertz, but you go, you know what? The VA panel, I want something that's more color accurate. I want something that's brighter. I want something, with different inputs. This is it. Now, they both have the picture-by-picture, picture-in-a-picture capability, but like I was showing you here, this is my personal version of this monitor. Again, this was not provided by Scepter. This is one I did a lot of research, and I said, you know what? That's one of the best deals on a 34-inch ultra-wide. It's got the higher resolution too, 3440 by 1440 resolution. It's not going to be gaming a lot over here. I do have my Xbox plugged into it. I'll show you what that's like on Friday. Got some Xbox games. It is going to do the bars on the side for the Xbox because Xbox only does 1080. So you're going to have to deal with that. But from a creator standpoint, you can see here, I've got my editor up here, my Final Cut Pro. I use this thing and I color grade off of it because it is so close to color accurate. It has a lot of that capability. So 99% of the sRGB color space already. Let me pull up the Amazon a little bit bigger for you guys. We'll talk about some of these features. Take a look at the back of that monitor. Man, I wish you could see the back side of this. It's just up against a wall, unfortunately, in my case. But it does have that RGB strip in the back. The stand on it is excellent. It's got the tilt. It's got a vertical adjustment. I don't need to use a monitor arm. I actually was able to remove the monitor arm I had back here. And an ultra wide's kind of cool, especially if you're used to dual screening it. If you got the 27s or whatever, when you get an ultra wide like this, you're basically getting two full HD panels. You're just getting them at once without a beam in between or some sort of separator in between. And I really, really like this specifically for flight simulators. Ultra wides with flight simulators are awesome, just super immersive. So I'm gonna go take a look at the chat again real quick. Got Cyberpunk was a good one, and I can't talk about pricing too much, but yes. I can put this because he said he paid $350 for his 3600 hertz curve a while ago. So these are actually good prices already. Prices are going to keep going down, guys. I can't say that enough. They're either going to be what they are today or lower. I can say that because I know that's historically what's happened. They're not going to go up, but these are fantastic monitors. So we're going to deep dive in these. We're going to play Cyberpunk. I really want to show you guys the difference when you're playing Cyberpunk or Fortnite on an ultra wide versus a regular monitor. I think that would be a great test. But if you can think of any other cool games, and guess what? Andrew's got a cool addition here. He says Destiny 2 free to play. Okay, I love free to play games. I'm kind of a cheapskate when it comes to tech. I know I say that, and I've got this studio filled with all sorts of cool stuff. But no, I am really, really. I hate wasting money on things. A game that I don't have time to play is something else that if I'm going to buy it for one show, don't like that. But free to play games, we like that as well. So we'll do some of that cool stuff. So now I'm going to go back to our list, and I'm going to show you a couple interesting things here. This, again, is my lovely wife, and we are going to be doing on Black Friday at 4 o'clock after the Scepter show. So we get a little bit of a 2-hour break. We're going to be doing a full kitchen gadgets and tech show. So you're like, okay, John, what's a kitchen gadget? Well, take a look at this thing. You've probably all seen an air fryer, right? Well, this air fryer has a window. I don't know if your air fryer can actually show you what it is. I hate the other air fryer styles where you have to keep opening them, let all the heat down, go look. Okay, now I can put it back in. And I just want to show you guys some of the cool stuff. Let me know if you want us to make a cool recipe in the air fryer. This is one I just did the other day. These are sweet potato fries. All of the potato, not all of the gilt. So these are cut sweet potato fries. I wish I had a picture of them when they're like done because they're awesome. I do a sriracha aioli mayo. It's really good. So maybe I'll do that recipe for you guys. But that is countertop. So you can do countertop cooking with this air fryer. I've got this one. It'll be in the carousel right now if you're just joining. But I'm going to be doing a full demo of these on Friday. So let me do that again as well. So making sure I've got the stuff in the carousel. If you're just joining, this is John the Net Guy. We're doing a preview of Friday and Monday's shows that are coming up. I'll bring those up here in a second. Now this is our kitchen. This is from Amazon Basics. Now you'll see the corner of my cookie sheets. It's got that crust you can never get off. I'm like steel wooling it, trying to get them off. I learned my lesson. So cooking meatballs here is like one of the, these are the 50-50 pork beef meatballs that we made the other day, and is one of those things that will stick to any cookie sheet, any pan that you do here, and leaves tons of oil and residue. Now this is the pre and post. So from Amazon Basics, there's a 4-pack, and let me see if I've got them in here. Absolutely I do. So Amazon Basics silicone baking mats. There's a 4-pack of these that we're going to see on Black Friday, see what the best deal on them is. And I would recommend, if you've never used this, we're going to do some pretty cool recipes. Now, if you have a recipe that you want to share, bring it to us. I'd love to hear some recipes, and maybe we'll put those up there. And Jeremy's saying, hey, those are good prices. So I'm going to hide that real quick. Let me slide down here. I'm just looking to see for some of the chat messages. One of the things that my wife's really good at is measuring and baking and all those things. One of the things that I'm really good at is going fast. I like to cook, and I don't like to be there for hours. I like to get in there and get done, get out. So we're going to be doing a no fuss, no mess nachos, but I'm going to be showing you on this silicone baking mat from Amazon Basics. I'm going to be showing you how to use them, how to make a really cool nacho, and it's super easy cleanup. Literally, you lift the Silpat, the Amazon Basics silicone version of that out, and you're good to go. So we're going to do that. Let me see if I've got some other cool photos here. So this is a close-up of the meatballs when they were done. You know what I didn't do? I didn't put the actual pasta and the sauce picture. I should have put that in here because it was such a great picture. But I took a bunch of these just to show you how easy the cleanup is. Let me slide this over. See, it's not wanting to slide over. There we go. This is the grease that was left behind. Again, super easy cleanup with a paper towel. Then you rinse it off. Light soap and water. The only thing I'd recommend, don't cut on these. My wife's cut on our other ones, and that's why I got a new set, because they do not do well when they are cut upon. So let's put it that way. A couple other cool products I'm going to show you. This one is one that I think if you have not gotten one of these before, this might change your mind about gravy separators. Now, we're coming up on Thanksgiving. This is a cooking gadget, cooking tech item that I wanted to show you guys because it is so cool. Give me one second. I'm just going to pull it up on a side-by-side so I can talk about it while I show this video. But I had my wife do this and put it together. She's going to open it up for you. We're going to pretend to clean it. Unlike other traditional gravy boats that literally will, or gravy separators that you have to pour out, and you always get a little bit of the oil that you don't want, and it's going to make making a good gravy difficult. We made a pot roast the other night, and I said, hey, let's pour that in there and see what happens. So we did the pot roast like this. Now, this thing's going to be a 4 cup capacity, I believe, but it's going to strain out solid. So if you want to keep those items for maybe sandwiches, you need a little bit more of that pot roast back. You're going to do that. It's going to all fall to the bottom. Now, I put it in the fridge overnight, but then we came back and I wanted to separate it to make a gravy out of it. Now, you can put it in the freezer for a little bit. Watch this. You literally hit the button. Now, she's like trying to figure out how to hold this and squeeze, but we figured it out eventually. But check that out. It drains from the bottom. I'm like, how many years did it take for people to figure this out? To drain it from the bottom, and then you don't have to deal with all the other stuff. And so we kind of debated on, should she go longer, go shorter? We're trying to get to that fat layer because you don't want any of the fats if you're trying to make a gravy or something else. So that was one of the things. This next photo, and I got to change the size here, is actually of this is a KitchenAid 6-quart mixer. So we've got a ton of really cool KitchenAid stand mixer and accessories. I'm going to pull those up on the show for you guys real quick. So this is that KitchenAid mixer. Now, if you haven't gotten a KitchenAid yet and you are serious about cooking, or even if you're just a dude that wants to save time, this KitchenAid stand mixer is the way to go. Now, you spend a little bit more if you want the lift bowl version, but there's some huge benefits to this one that I'll tell you about. We've had a KitchenAid before. In the background there, you see our white KitchenAid in the background. We've had that tilt one for 15 or more years. And unfortunately, I think that's actually almost 20 now. Yeah, it's younger than our oldest. So it's almost 20 years old. But unfortunately, it doesn't work with our counters. So the lift bowl one is an upgrade we just got this year. I've got some cool accessories that I'm going to show for both of them. So if you guys want to see this, again, if you're shopping for the lady of the house, you cannot go wrong with one of these mixers. I'll just put it out there. And there's some really cool stuff that you can get for it. Just convenience stuff, like if you want to be able to slide it out, we've got some really cool sliders. So I basically went through and picked all the things that you might want to do that. Now, my wife is going to make cinnamon rolls. So if you're looking for a cool cinnamon roll recipe that's not incredibly hard to do, the one coming up on this Friday. So Friday, 4 o'clock show. Don't miss it. That's the one that we're going to show how to do this. Now, she was just making bread with the KitchenAid mixer today. So it's got a dough hook there, they call it, and that's running around there. She also has a grain mill now, so this is actually bread from scratch, not even flour, like from wheat, literally. She made it from wheat, from scratch. She's kind of a prepper. Don't tell her I said that, but she is. And so she's going to show you guys how you can do this. Now you're adding a little bit more. Again, this is a stone mill that we have, a grain mill that's going to be shown on Friday as well. And she's literally able to make some pretty cool breads. The other thing is, if you're making pizzas, this is a pastry or pizza roller. So we're going to use this to make the cinnamon rolls. But the thing that she's got this on, that's another really cool thing that's going to be on the show. I'm going to pull it up real quick here. This is a non-skid counter mat. Now, this is silicone, so you could bake with it if you really wanted to, but it protects your counter and keeps all of that mess. It's huge, by the way. I don't know the exact measurements. We'll have to pull those up, but keeps your counter clean and keeps all of the items here from spilling over. Second, it keeps all of that. If you've got a porous countertop or anything you don't want your flour going everywhere, this keeps an impervious barrier between your cooking items and your counter. So it makes cleanup a snap. She's also holding there another tool that's actually going to be on the show, and this is that pastry roller. Lots of cool gadgets. These are great stocking stuffers. If you've got somebody that doesn't want to take the full rolling pin out to this and maybe want something that's a little bit smaller, this is another really good option here. So one thing about that silicone baking mat that I have to say, look at that concentric rings and the measuring. It's going to be awesome because if you're trying to make things the same size over and over, this gives you a good way to gauge that. So real consistency here. She actually made bread with this thing. I said, hey, you gotta show them how you did this, because I'll show you what the result was. It was really cool. So she's rolling it out with this one. Yeah, you'd probably use the bigger rolling pin for something this large, but she's just going to show you how she does this. Makes roughly a rectangle. So she makes this rectangle shape, and then she's going to go ahead and roll that up for us. So she's going to show how they roll this up to make a loaf of bread. Now, we're still getting the recipe right on this basically, non GMO, non-preservative flour. But I can tell you it is rising much more than we expected. So we'll get that dialed in by Friday here. But wanted to show you this. She's going to show you how she rolls it out. And then there's a cool step here, and I don't want to miss it. I can't, unfortunately, go pull up the chat here. But if you guys are just tuning in, this is John the Net Guy. Wanted to welcome you all to a Black Friday preview show where we're going to be taking a look at a bunch of cool stuff. This is just a little appetite teaser for what's coming up on Friday. So we're going to be in our kitchen. She's promised me that she's going to be on the show with me. So you're going to get to see who puts up with the Net Guy all the time. And then she's showing you here how she pinches the sides. So depending on the kind of pastry or dough that you're working with, you may want like French bread cuts. You may want lines. In this case, we want a nice smooth top and we want a nice loaf. So she's actually showing you how to pinch that up here real quick. And then she's going to throw it in some loaf pans, and then we're going to rise those. This is not cooked yet, guys. this is just risen. Again, this is whole flour here, but you're looking at the risen version of it. And there is how much it rose inside the regular baking pan. So this thing is huge. Looked like a mushroom there. But I wanted to share that with you guys because this is stuff that's using all of the tools and implements and gadgets that we're showing on the show today. And we're going to be using this on Friday during that show. I'm going to be showing you how to use the stand mixer if you've never had one or never used one. We're going to show you some of the cool attachments that you're going to want to get. Maybe you have one that's collecting dust that got donated to you. So we're definitely going to do that. Jeremy says, I love KitchenAid mixers. Thank you so much, Jeremy. Bacon or sausage is also good. Optional turkey meat substitute. Good idea. Very good. Ooh, we got a recipe. Got a recipe entry already. Tater tots and egg breakfast dish. Tater tots, eggs, cheese, optional topping, salsa. Yeah, there's some good stuff in there. I'll tell you guys about how I use the KitchenAid a lot. It's really funny. My wife, she uses it very scientifically. I'm like, this thing is a tool. We're putting it to work. It's saving me time. So we do that. That is most of the products. Let me take one quick look and make sure that I covered everything here that was on our list. I'm going to pull it up for you. Again, we talked about the mats. There's some other convenient things, a turkey baster that is from OXO, OXO, Good Grips. And so, we'll talk about that. Other cool things, if you're going to do some pastries, this dough pastry scraper cutter is one of the highest rated ones from Amazon. It's got some measuring capabilities, some other stuff built in. Very useful to have if you're just quickly transferring stuff. Don't want to get your hands all dirty. I'm like one of those people that has to constantly wash my hands. So if you're cooking, that's another really good things to have. And again, this is the full screen version of that Good Grips gravy separator. You always need that if you're going to make your own gravy, if you're going to save your gravy on Thanksgiving. I think this one, even in some cases, depending on where you're at and if you're logged in, you can still get it by Thanksgiving, which is awesome. So want to, again, thank you guys all for tuning in. It's a little bit shorter of a show tonight because I just wanted to wet your whistle, show you a little bit about what's coming up on Friday, get some of your ideas. I've got some cool ideas already now. Let's see here. Great price. Let's see. For a 34, I prefer a curved display. You know what? You're reading my mind, man. So I've been using this for a while. Like I said, a lot of creators want flat. I'm actually going to try a curved one next. So I'm going to get the Scepter curved version soon, but this one's been amazing. So if it's anything like this, I'm sold. So that's a great question there about that. Okay, another one. Oh man, I own this one. Star Wars Squadrons. I beat that one. It's one of my favorite games to play. Ultra wide, that will be great. And car racing games. Oh man, talk about that. Sim racing, field of view. A 35-inch up front, maybe a couple side. Okay, we're starting to design things. Maybe we need to have a show all about designing a sim racing setup. They've come a long way since this guy back here. So thank you guys for tuning in. I really do appreciate it. Again, a little bit shorter of a show tonight. I went through the products that we've got available. I'm taking a look on Amazon. Oh, hey, Jennifer, welcome. You were here 1 minute ago. Just want to say thank you, Jennifer, for tuning in. make sure you tune back in. She's a follower, but make sure you tune back in on Black Friday. Let me pull up the times because it's important. There's also going to be a lot of other people, so really make sure that you're following me on there. I will post it to YouTube. It will be on Facebook. It'll be on Twitch. It'll be on all the places, but Amazon's the one that does best for me if you want to help me out. So make sure you're at least following on Amazon. We're going to be showing the Nutrimil grain mill at 4 o'clock. We're going to be showing all the cooking tech. Invite the wife. Maybe it's a date. Maybe she's done all the cooking. You've done all the cooking. You guys just want to relax. 4 p.m. Sit on the couch. Talk to all of us about cooking. It's going to be a lot of cool, like back and forth. I can actually start to respond to the chat and ask questions and do stuff. So I'm excited about that. Scepter Monitors is going to kick us off though at 12 noon. Let me know what you think would be a good giveaway. I've been known to give away things. I was thinking like monitor arms, but if there's another monitor accessory, maybe you want a monitor light bar with RGB or something that I can toss your way. Let me know what some good giveaway items would be for that show. That'll be pretty slick. And then again, following up on Cyber Monday, we're going to do another show for Scepter. Again, I want to be on those pages so people can ask their questions, see some of these great monitors, and I believe the pricing is going to follow through to Cyber Monday. So hopefully the stock keeps up because we've had some limited stock on some of these monitors already. But we're going to have these deals on Black Friday. It looks like they're going to continue through Cyber Monday. And then I'm going to do a PC build. I've got a ton of PC parts over here. I figure why not do a PC build with you guys to end it all, to put a bow on that, and be one of the only guys on Cyber Monday and Black Friday on Amazon doing PC builds because nobody else really does it. So I really do appreciate it. Thank you guys all for tuning in. Just checking the chats one more last time. Oh, hey, you know what? I like this comment. We might have to consider that. I'm a big fan. Net Guy t-shirts. We can do merch. I think we could figure out some merch. I do have coffee mugs. That would be pretty cool. A monitor and an arm for RV/home. Yeah, I remember you were talking about your new RV. So that'd be kind of cool. Have a fold down. That could be pretty slick. And I see a t-shirts would be cool. Tool. I think you mean two. Oh, there it's two. I just read it wrong because it's small. Thank you, Jeremy. Thank you, guys. Again, thank you all for tuning in. I will catch you all on Black Friday. Again, here's the times one more time. Noon, 4 p.m. Times are in Pacific time zone. So if you're not following already, all times are Pacific times. Official rules will be at my website for the giveaways because I got to say that. Otherwise, they come after me, the lawyers. We're going to be taking a look at these guys, Scepter, a ton of stuff these days, and then we're going to be doing some other cool, chill stuff as well. Thank you guys all for tuning in, and I will catch you guys all in the next one.